Yeah, we had a great overtime. You know, give Farragher some credit. He held us in there and made the big save in overtime on the breakaway. It wasn't a pretty 3 periods. You got to credit, you know, Notre Dame. They played outstanding tonight. They had a game plan. They stuck to it. They got it deep, and we just could not get going. And then I wish I could tell you we made these great changes in overtime, but then we played in overtime, and you know, Nick makes a great play, and we score a goal. And you're right, there's not much you can say about it. You know, the best thing is we hung around there, and Farragher was strong when he can. And we did get a few sticks on some plays, and you know, the couple key plays that we made ended up being so critical for us. Coastland on the first goal, sliding it to the back door, and the great forecheck, one of our only forechecks of the game, with Thorson, Bennick, and both winning battles down below the goal line and getting it out to Birch. So they end up being just big plays for us. And you're right, we'd love to fight another day.
Yeah, I mean, that was one of our things that all year we've done pretty well. Our neutral zone forecheck, we've been able to cause some turnovers. That was one of the things we were kind of waiting for today. I think it was Johns got the puck and kind of got him at a weird angle and forced him to handle the puck the way he didn't want to. And once I got it, I heard Dowd just yelling, flying down the wall there, and I just passed it to him, stood there and watched him work his magic there, and next thing I knew it was going in the top corner. So, yeah, it was just one of those things, just quick turnover and just bumped it over to him.
I was telling Dave I kind of lost mobility in my entire body after that went in, so it's tough for me to say what I was trying to do there. I know Dave did make a great play in the neutral zone, kind of bumped it over to me, and we were fortunate to get in. And you know, at this point, any shot's a good shot, and I think I was pretty fortunate. I think it hit his stick and found the top shelf, so just happy to be here another day.
We weren't too happy with our effort, and to get a couple big goals at the end of each period, to get us a lead, those are huge, especially games like this. Can really lift the spirits of the guys when you're struggling out there, and both those were big for us.
Yeah, those are killers. I mean, we've been on the fighting end of that. Look at Miami last week. They scored with 2 seconds left in the game. It's pretty crippling. That happened to be the end. This happened to be the first and the second. But those are big goals. You go into the period ahead as opposed to being tied and not playing your best hockey. So we were fortunate. You know, he's been our rock all year. Obviously, as with the rest of our team, we had a kind of bumpier second half. But first half, he was there for us, put us in a position to make it to where we are now. And obviously, I mean, that breakaway save in overtime doesn't get any better than that. Gives us new life, and a couple minutes later, we're able to tuck one in. But I can't speak, you know, I don't know. There's a lack of words for what I feel about Fedzi at this point.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. He's been there all year, and that breakaway there was just such a big point, obviously a huge point in the game. But he's done that all year, huge saves at huge times, and that's what we needed. We got the bounce a few minutes later, and that was good for us. Well, I mean, all week we were focused on Notre Dame. We had a tough opponent tonight. We knew it was going to be a grind, and we needed to get through that first. Obviously, we're going to get our rest tonight, wake up tomorrow, and have a meeting with the coaching staff, and we'll go over the Gophers when the time comes. But at this point of the year, it's do or die. Doesn't matter who we're playing. We got to bring our A game, and that stuff from Christmas, it doesn't matter right now. It's just bringing your A game and taking it a game at a time here.
Bob, talk about getting Andrew Prochnow back for tonight's game and the impact he had on your game.
That's one of the bright spots we were talking about in the coach's room between a couple of the periods, and that he didn't look rusty. He had great jump. He got back to pucks, and he had 2 good weeks of practice, and that is a big plus for us. Well, I'm gonna say a few things that I hope are true. One, we've been off for 2 weeks, so we should be fresh because we haven't played for 2 weeks mentally. It was a tough game tonight, but we didn't really play real hard for 3 periods, so we might have something left in our tank. We're gonna hope that. The biggest thing right now is we just need to have the guys back at the hotel, shut down, and obviously it's been a big concern when you do go into overtime in these tournaments and have to turn around tomorrow and we play an hour and a half, 2 hours earlier, or hour and a half, 2 hours earlier, and so it's a short turnaround. That's definitely an advantage to the opponent, but we're going to have to put a lot into our guys right now that there's enough left in the tank that we can play a very smart hockey game tomorrow night and have enough in the tank. Like I said, those key goals were huge for us because we were in front of the game. I mean, we never fell behind in the game, and that is so critical in one and done tournaments to not play from behind, especially against a team like Notre Dame because they are so good. They're even better with the lead, and they had to open it up a little bit, and we waited for the right time to end the game. Well, you're going to have to, all of us are going to have to tip our hat to Ryan because he saw a lot of shots out there. He looked strong. He's been under the weather here the last couple of days, and he just looked very strong in there and didn't seem to wear down at all. He stayed strong mentally, but third year with us, we've seen many games out of Ryan like that. So there's a whole lot of confidence in that locker room for him. Our guys understand. I mean, there's great celebration in overtime, but I think by the time they were in the locker room, within a few minutes, you have to park it quickly and start to get back preparing yourself. And the biggest thing for us is rest, and that's all we talked about right now. Our fluids, rest, get back to the hotel, get in your rooms. That's all you can do. And, we're battle tested. We've been in some big games the last few years. Our guys know what's at stake. We'll find a way to be here tomorrow.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you, Coach.